Hey, beautiful soul. Welcome back. Lana here. This episode is deeply personal and also deeply universal because today we're talking about something that touches almost every human life, not just trauma, but what happens to the parts of us that experience it and how we can bring them back. I'm going to walk you through the way I see the trauma process, not as pathology or something broken to fix, but as a natural fragmentation that happens when we're not given the tools to process what hurt us. I've spent the past 13 years guiding people through emotional healing, and what I've found is that at the core of almost every wound is a younger version of self, still frozen in time. This episode isn't just a teaching, it's a remembering. It's also the story of how a tree changed my life, how a swing showed me the doorway to my own soul, and how we all have the power to retrieve the parts of ourselves we thought were lost. If you've ever felt disconnected from who you really are, if you're tired of repeating patterns and ready to come home to yourself, this one's for you. Let's begin. So I'm going to start with a very profound truth. We are born whole, radiant, completely connected to our divine blueprint. But as we grow, we are shaped and sometimes shattered by the people around us and the culture we're born into. In early childhood, we don't have the capacity to understand that others' projections or pain aren't our fault. So if a parent yells, withdraws, or acts violently, we don't think, they're struggling. We think, there must be something wrong with me. And because the nervous system can't fully process those overwhelming moments, we fragment. A part of the soul freezes, trapped in the emotional frequency of that moment, suspended outside of time. And most of us leave those parts behind without even realizing it. Over time, those frozen soul fragments start to form patterns. They collect around certain themes: rejection, abandonment, not enoughness, unworthiness, powerlessness. And those themes show up as the storylines we keep reliving, like dating the same emotionally unavailable partner, or freezing up every time we speak our truth, or constantly self-sabotaging the moment things start going well. It's not that we're broken. It's that our younger selves are still caught in a moment they couldn't process, and they're trying to get our attention. When trauma isn't processed, it lives in the body. Anger, fear, sadness. These are the emotions of trauma. When they stack up, they create a heaviness, a numbness in the body paired with overactivity in the mind. That's the glitch a lot of people feel. Foggy, anxious, spinning thoughts, because the nervous system is holding too much and the mind is trying to solve a problem that's emotional, not logical. This is why so many people feel like they're failing, when really they're just full, overloaded with unprocessed emotion. What I've discovered through client work is that often the most potent age for fragmentation is around 8 to 10 years old. This is when we start to form identity, but also when we start to internalize shame. And in session, I often see these children show up in boxes, under beds, on tree branches, curled up and frozen in time. We map the trauma themes first. We stabilize the client's system by anchoring them to the healing grid of the earth. And then, we enter the quantum field to meet the child. We speak to them, we hold them, and most importantly, we create a new place for them to live, a room in the client's heart, sensory rich, safe, beautifully designed by the adult self for the younger self to come home to. For me, all of this began with a tree, a great twisty oak with a swing hanging from its branch. The first time I saw it, I thought, oh, I would have loved to play here as a child. And something in me lit up. I kept returning to that tree again and again as I was moving through my own childhood healing. It became a portal, a healing pod. Its roots in the earth, its branches in the sky, a living bridge between my past and my future. One day, I placed my hand on its bark and asked, "What's your name?" And it said, "Universal Wisdom." I got chills, and I knew. That tree was my teacher. Its canopy full of saplings like children, and the message, these are my children. That was the moment I stepped into my calling. That's why my YouTube channel is called Universal Wisdom Healing, because that one tree, that one moment, helped me bring my inner child home. And if you felt disconnected from yourself, if you've tried to reconnect and it hasn't worked, please know your inner child is still there, still whole, still waiting. And it would be the honor of my life to support you in meeting them and walking them home. Because your wholeness isn't something you earn, it's something you remember. And you don't have to do it alone.